Okay, so Bailey sent me this, and I thought it was really interesting. I think I have it pulled up already. I thought we would start by just watching the video, and that way everyone can be on the same page here. All right, you can see?
It's loading.
Okay.
There you go.
All right, sick. Let's do it. Oops, no, I'm not on it. There we go.
Do you have the sound on?
Oh, you don't hear it?
I don't hear it. Do you hear it?
Well, I hear it, but I wonder if that's maybe my StreamYard. Maybe I need to. It says it's on. All right. Well, I guess I apologize in advance to the live audience if they can't hear it. It seems like it's on from what I can see. So I wonder if it's your internet.
Maybe.
Let me see if there's any other place.
Did you hear mine earlier when I screen shared?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, then maybe it might just be my Wi-Fi then.
Okay, let's just do it. Let's go for it. Oops, I clicked away. Well, anyway, we got the point. The idea is essentially that the stock market jumping back from the tariffs decline was all influenced by a tweet, and because somebody had the good sense to troll with the last name Bloomberg, they knew that people would never look into who Walter Bloomberg is. That they were able to manipulate, the entire stock market and fool the entire world. And I think that it's a interesting time we are living in where where it is that easy. And I think, if you had even looked at the rest of that person's tweets, which after you sent me that, I just was curious, like if they were good at this or what was their like kind of position. And they're just a troll. They're just like a regular troll. That Walter Bloomberg account is just a pure troll. So no one looked into this person at all. And invested in the stock market based on a literally only based on one viral tweet from Walter Bloomberg, not even a important Bloomberg, not attached to the family whatsoever.
So this reminds me a lot of, have you ever heard of the company Forex? I don't even know if they're still around.
No.
They were wildly popular amongst like new college grads, like right as COVID happened. And particularly, at least here in Melbourne, because all of mine and Skylar's friends got into it. And it's essentially this group of people who, it's an MLM marketing pyramid. Yeah. So the first person gets in it, and then you have to sign on 10 people under you. And then you make part of their income from, because you brought them on. And basically what you do is you stay up until 3 a.m. and then at 3 a.m, you and 100,000 people who are all in Forex across the United States are all trading the same stocks. So obviously you're peaking the stocks, you're all buying and selling at the same time, you're manipulating the system, and it works because the stock market is easily manipulated. That's how it works. And a lot of people got into this, and then the personal stories that we heard on the outside were, if you ended up like making more money and like if you went off and did like stocks on your own and didn't follow the exact Forex trends, you weren't allowed to collect that money out of the stock market. Like they would demand that money back from you. So like this was brought, me and Skylar have been talking about it, how like this just reminds us of Forex, and obviously because it's a stock market, but and you know, a lot when the GameStop, AMC stocks were happening and they kind of halted you pulling out the money, and it's like, oh, well, if you can make a lot of money, you would allow it. But when it's the average American making a lot of money, you won't allow it. Then you're putting sanctions on what's allowed and what's not. So it makes it very interesting.
Indeed.
It makes it seem fake. In my opinion, it seems fake. Like if you can manipulate the market over one tweet, that's insane.
And I think what's like sort of horrifying and a little bit scary is just the idea like of how many people just don't even read past, like they don't investigate at all. And I wonder if it's, I mean, I think that the people that have investments on the stock market are, you know, typically, I guess what I'm wondering is like, is it maybe older people that got fooled by this a lot? Or are we still like, I guess in my hope, it would be that like my generation and younger are more media literate.
They're not.
But that's what I was going to say is I fear that that's not the case, that it's like not. That we are just like, there is just so many people that do not read. They do not look into anything. They are completely influenced by whatever. I mean, like it's not even the full video. Like they won't even watch.
No. They won't even check the name who posted the account, because it'll be some like sad sob story reposted by some meme account, and people are like, oh, I'm so sorry, I'm praying for you. And it's like, do you realize a meme account posted this? Like, this isn't the original creator. Like, you can't even double check that before you even comment on it.
Yeah.
I mean, I know we make fun of like boomers on Facebook, but my generation is just as bad with TikTok.
Like this account, like basically a I think it's this one. Yeah, when you look at him, I mean, it's just very obviously not. I'm looking at his account right now, and I mean, it's like very obviously not a news source. You know, I mean, like, I don't know. I guess like when I first looked, there was like ones with emojis in it and stuff. This mostly I'm seeing ones that do have like some information or whatever. But it doesn't. Just because someone makes a account on Twitter does not mean that it's a reputable. A reputable news source, you know, and I think that's where I guess I wish if I could like impart anything on the next generation, is that just to investigate even a little bit and make sure that everything you're getting is true, especially now that these ChatGPT pictures, you know, I mean, the idea, like I've been fooled a bunch of times by like I got fooled when the first time Trump was going up to getting arrested. There was a AI image of him like in cuffs, like breaking out of everything, and or you know, he was like trying to struggle and they were like pulling him or something. And I saw it and I was like, holy shit, this is like fucking crazy, you know? And I started like investigating it, but I, you know, again, I've been on the internet long enough to like make sure, you know, investigate the tiny bit, because I'm like, oh, I don't know. And then I'm like, oh, okay, this is just me getting fooled. And so, I mean, I get it. I get where everyone.
Because I mean, I bet you a bunch of tech bros went and saw that tweet, or one person saw it, screenshot it, and sent it to their firm, and were like, "Oh, bro, like, did you see this? Like, this hasn't been released yet. We got to be on top of this. Like, we got to be ahead of it, right? Like, you just take it and run with it."
And I get it with like right now at the current state of where everything was, you know, AI, you could mostly tell the pictures. If you looked really closely, you could see this was like clearly fabricated. But but copy, like text on the images, like, you know, puberty, for example, gets me that's an Instagram account. And it gets me, it fools me all the time with news, like poorly framed news headlines. Like it gets me all the time. And you know, where you just like, you have to like do more research beyond what they wrote about, because they are by definition kind of like a clickbait. Like they don't make any money.
And I also think it goes along with the point of like, if it's a fact, whether it's true or not, that you align with, you want to believe that that's true, right?
Mhm.
So like people wanted to believe that that was the hope. So you're gonna believe it whether you do your research or not because you want it to be true.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. And sometimes it's like even when you're aware of it, like I just described about me, it's like even though you're aware of it, you still get kind of duped. It's really
Yeah,
easy
like
to,
you're aware of like the red flags and what to look out for, but again, it still aligns with what you're
right.
looking for. So you convince yourself that like the other things don't matter.